Welcome back to Get Ready with Me with Juanita. It's another beautiful day, and I'm an older woman in my 50s, and I have combination dry skin, leaning more on the dry, and I'm just a makeup enthusiast. I love to play around with makeup, and I love color. So if you'd like to see how I got this look today, please continue watching. For my pre-makeup prep, my skin prep. So the first thing that I used this morning was Medicate. This is a really great serum. I've been using it for a little while now, and it just sort of preps the skin before you put your moisturizer in. And of course, I went in with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream after that. I love this stuff. My skin really soaks it up where I have dry skin. And then I also went in with my Milk Primer Hydro Grip, and it's been setting in for a few minutes now. So my skin feels ready to go. So today the foundation I'm going to be using is by House Labs. And I've been using this foundation for about a year and a half now, and this is fabulous. This is a really great foundation. It's going to work for a lot of different skin types out there. And my shade is 160, which is light neutral. This is a great shade for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and start applying my foundation. And foundation is definitely a product that's quite tricky to learn how to get the right shade. So, especially from the drugstore, because you cannot try on different shades. You're sort of just picking a shade and hoping that it's going to work. And so it makes it a little more difficult to really learn what your right shade is. So I'm just going to buff this into my skin. I'm sort of lucky though, because my husband is very good with colors, and he helped pick out my right shade. And this is actually a really great shade. Another good idea is to go to a store like Ulta or Sephora and just ask one of the workers if they could help you pick out a good shade. So today I'm going to be using the Dior Forever Skin Correct in shade 1N. This is a fabulous concealer. It's a full coverage concealer, and Dior makes beautiful foundation products. And I've been using this one for about a year now. And I intend on keeping this product in my my kit, my makeup kit, just because it's a beautiful formula, and especially for us people with drier skin, it is a very lovely, creamy. You can start off with a sort of medium, but buildable to full coverage depending on what you're looking for. I really like the coverage on this concealer. So I'm just going to start patting it in. And again, I use my concealer over my eyelids because I have a birthmark on my eyelid, on the other eyelid. So I want to really try to get some good coverage there. This one really dries down quite beautifully too. It has a lovely dry down. And it's probably something I don't even really need to set, because again, where I have the dry skin and it sets down. Now, for you ladies with a more oily complexion, I'm not quite sure if anybody has any comments to add. If you've tried this before and if you have to set it, please let me know below in the comments. Just because I'd be interested. I love to learn about makeup. So I'm just going to spread that out. And I really, really love the finish of the Dior products. And I'm just waiting to get their foundation in the stick in. I've heard really great things about that product. So that's done. And I'm just going to quickly get my eyebrows done, and I'll be right back. And I'm back, and I have my eyebrows done, and I also will be recreating this look here over on this eye for you to see how I achieve that look. I achieved it using Natasha Denona's Roxa palette, and this was the release that came out around Christmas time, and her newest one is it's a spring bloom one, I believe. It's got beautiful, beautiful peaches. I'm waiting for that one to arrive, but I live in Canada and everything gets here a lot slower. So today I'm going to be using my Roxa palette, which I love. Some people didn't like it so much, but I love it. I love my purples. So here's the color story inside. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you can get a few different looks from this one. I found with the Natasha Denona gold palette that she had released just a little while ago, it's harder to get different looks, but I found with this one, you definitely can achieve some different looks. So the first shade that I'm going to go in with is just this one. I'm going to put that over my eyelid just to lay down a base, a transition, so that the other shades can smoothly go over this to create a more blended look. Now, saying that, Natasha Denona's eyeshadows are absolutely beautiful. They're gorgeous and blend beautifully. The next shade I'm going to go in with is this one here. So I'm just going to start blending this one out. Get some pigment on the eyelid. Here we go. I use natural light in my room, so you might see the light sort of dim at times or brighten a little bit. Just where I'm new at doing this. I haven't invested in any better camera or lighting systems yet, but we'll see what happens. Right now I'm just doing it on my laptop. So I'm just going to blend out some color here just as a beautiful, beautiful transition. And I have a lot of Natasha Denona mini palettes, but not a lot of the midi palettes. I've only got 3 so far, but again, I've only started getting into makeup in the last couple of years. And I'm waiting for the 3rd one to actually come in, and I'm looking forward to that. So the next shade I'm going to go in with is this one right here. I'm just going to deepen that outer corner, so we're just going to start to pack down some of that deeper color, and I'll just take a little bit more, just pack down a bit more, and then I'm going to start blending, because we want to blend out those edges and soften and make sure all these colors sort of transition into one another so that it looks just nice and blended. Nice soft transitions. You don't want anything too harsh with lines and that. And if you do find that there's some lines, you can always just go back in with your beginning brush and just lighten those edges, and that'll help soften and just give that a little bit of a softer look. It's looking good. I'm just going to deepen it just a little bit more. The next thing I'm going to do is just put on my NYX glitter primer. I use this every time I use a glitter shadow, which is all the time, because I like to put a little bit of glitter on my eye looks just to snazz it up, because again, this is, I'm not a mental health professional, but this has been self-care for me. just for my transition in life. And it's been really helpful because it helps me feel good every day. And that is the goal, is just to feel a little bit better. I almost lost my brush then. I'm just using my BK Beauty brushes and my my Rapper brushes, just like I did the last time. So now that this is dried down a bit, the next shade I'm going to go in with is this one right here, the nice marbled shade. And what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to pat it down just right at where that nice deep color is. This is a beautiful shade. Nice, beautiful, cooler tone purple. There we go. That is just gorgeous. And then before I go into the next shade, I'll wipe my brush off just before I go on to the next one. So the next shade I'm going to use is right next door to this one. This has a beautiful shift to it. And I'm just going to get this patted down. It has a light pink purple shift, and it is just gorgeous. So I'm just going to get this put down, build it up a little bit. Oh, it sounds like it might be a little bit windy out there. Beautiful, lovely. And I'll just a little bit more. So as I open up my eyes, I can really see what it's going to look like. Again, because with the hooded eyes, we when you open your eyes, everything sort of gets lost. So we want to open those eyes just to see how it's going to look. There we go. Beautiful, lovely. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with the tinier brush and just deepen up that outer corner again with the same dark shade, just to blend everything and just make sure that we're going to see that beautiful purple when we open our eyes. Now, like I said, purple is one of my favorite colors, and it's a lot of fun. So we've seen some beautiful purple colors. I'm just going to touch this corner up here just so that they look. I'm not as good as Morgan Turner. When Morgan Turner does this, she does a beautiful job, but I mean, she's an MUA as well, so she's a talented woman, and I'm looking forward to getting her palette in from Odin's Eye. I'm just waiting on that one as well. Her Valentine's palette that came out February 14th. And again, where I'm living in Canada, it takes longer for us to receive products like that. So the next thing I'm going to do before I move on is I'm just going to put that little bit of corner highlight, and this is the one that I used here, just to, so I just take up a little tiny bit. I use my spray, just like so. Then I'm just going to apply it right here in the corner, and it just makes it give it a little punch, and as you can see, it does. It gives it a little punch, and I'm just going to lighten that one up. And today I actually use this light shade right here in my inner corner too. I just connected it all. So that's the first time I've done that. And again, I like to learn as I go and just have a little bit of fun with makeup. Makeup is fun, and we should have some fun in life and enjoy life. So the next thing I'm going to do is just, I'm going to lay down some color just sort of on the outer half of the eye. And I'm going to, again, use this color here, and I'm just going to take some of that pigment, and we're just going to put it right down here. We'll just get some pigment right here. That's lovely. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Rapper 13, and I'm just going to blend that color out with this one here, this one that I used. And this way we're keeping the top and bottom sort of uniformly colored. And you can always like do much bolder looks by maybe choosing different colors on the bottom just to, you know, I'm just going to touch this corner up again and just make sure the two are looking pretty much the same. And I'm just going to touch this guy right here just to make sure it all looks the same. There we go. Just like that. It's like painting. You're just trying to get everything nice and even looking and the best you can. Now you don't have to be perfect because where we're layering eyeshadows and it usually comes together. It really does at the end, and you almost just got to learn to trust the process. Trusting the process is key here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight my brow bone, and I use my e.l.f. contour palette. I love this palette. Again, I use it for different reasons, but I'm just going to take that little highlighter color and I'm just going to put a little bit up on my brow bone just to heighten it and lift my eyes a bit. And I'm also going to use this palette just to contour my nose. I use that highlighter color just here down, and you're almost making an exclamation point right there. And then I'm going to take a bigger sort of this type of BK Beauty brush, and I'm going to go into the bronzer where I have a warm undertone. I like to use bronzer instead of contour. Contour colors are often grayish in color, and they do not look the best on my skin as I'm wearing a gray t-shirt, but this really does look a little bit better on my skin tone. So what I do is I just like to contour out my nose just because my dad, again, blessed me with character. So we're just going to boop, 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 go right across there, make that exclamation point. We're just going to blend that out. That's lovely. So this is how I got the eye look. I think it came together really well. I love the Roxa palette. I love the color story. It's gorgeous. It might not be for everyone, and that's okay. We all have our different loves in life, and that's okay. We don't all have to be the same. That's what makes life interesting. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want to do some bronzer, and today I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer in light. Now this is a cream formula, so I'm just going to take my BK Beauty small travel size 101. I'm just going to get some color just on my face, just sort of, let's get some color back into the face with this. And I do love this product. This is one of my favorites. I do love several of Charlotte Tilbury's products. But again, I like a lot of different products. It depends on the product. When I put it on, and if it works well, it works well. And if it doesn't, I can go out and try something new. It's as easy as that. You're going to find your loves, and as you try different things, and trust me, I tried a lot of different things, and I ended up decluttering as I went along with my makeup journey and learning how to do makeup. I had tried a lot of, started off with the drugstore makeup products, and then sort of went into the more expensive drugstore makeup products. And then I went into Sephora, and now I've gone into even indie brands, and really fun journey. Just learning so much as I go. And again, like another big thing that I learned is that this does a lot for my own mental health because I feel good about myself after I do my makeup. It might not be for everyone, but it works for me. So now that I've got some bronzer on, and I'm just going to get under here just a little bit. Now that I got that on, the next thing I'm going to do is just go in with some powder products, and today I'm going to be using my ambient light palette from Hourglass. Now this is a little bit deceiving because I chose the gold packaging and I got the medium shades, and this is my first time actually getting these powders, and I love them. Chef's kiss. They are just simply gorgeous. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go in with my powdered bronzer right here, just to set that Charlotte Tilbury. And these powders are just beautiful. Hourglass has really lovely products, and I watched a lot of Morgan Turner, and she would go on and on about these products, and I just had to try them for myself. And I agree with her. Just really, really beautiful. So this here is a natural bronzer, so more neutral in color. And again, that's why it works for me. Really, really love it. But bronzers are often warm anyway, and contours are cool with a grayish undertone. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some blush, and I'm going to actually use the Pink Fusion color right here. And just because with my purple look today, I'm just going to do a little bit of pink on my cheeks. And let's see, and I'm just using a lot of my BK Beauty brushes. Again, I really love them. They're just gorgeous. And I do clean them often as well. It's really important to clean your brushes regularly. So I'm just going to use this beautiful Pink Fusion color just on my cheeks like so. Just beautiful. And this one here too is a little bit luminous, just like sort of like the Silk Formula from the Singe Beauty. Singe Beauty came after though, but I like these types of blushes that are not flat and matte. I like them with a little bit of something. And again, where I'm a little bit older, in my 50s, this just adds some luminosity back to my face. And then for my highlighter, I'm going to be using the Rose Gold Strobe Light highlighter that comes in this palette. And it's this one here. A lot of people might think that's a blush, but it's not. It's actually the highlighter in this palette, and it is beautiful. So I'm just going to apply some right here. And it gives a very soft lit glow. It's nothing overtly in your face, but, you know, at my age, I try to avoid glitter on my face or highlighters that have a really strong sort of undertone to it. And just look how beautiful that's coming out. That is just gorgeous. And as I turn my cheek, you can just see that little bit of a light. My camera really doesn't do it justice, unfortunately. And but that's okay. We're just moving along. So the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to use the finishing powder and soft light. So this little kit here has your powder products essentially for your cheeks. So this one here is the finishing powder. I'm just going to lightly just go over these powders just to fuse it all together, and we're just going to fuse these products together just so that it looks really nice. I use a very big fluffy brush with this product. So I'm just going to get that nose just a little bit more blended. Just do my forehead here. Lovely. And I'm just going to blend these colors. Oh, and that just looks lovely. So this really just blends everything together. Now that I have the powders all done, I'm going to go in with my airbrush, Flawless Airbrush Setting Spray from Natasha Denona, or Charlotte Tilbury. What am I saying? Charlotte Tilbury. And I love this product. And this is going to help melt all those products together, and it's going to help keep them stay in place all day long. I usually never have an issue with my makeup wearing off, and I'm really liking how this look is coming together. I'm just going to quickly dry. It's nice to have a little hand fan. This will help all my product this dry, and because my skin is dry, it just soaks it up. So The next thing I'm going to do is my mascara, and today I'm going to try the L'Oreal Telescope in black, and it has a very flexible tip in it, and the brushes just are sort of separated there. So I'm just going to use this on my eyelashes today just to see what it's like. I do love L'Oreal mascaras, and I really loved the Essence Princess mascaras, but my eyes would get irritated with them, but that's because I haven't been well either. So unfortunately, there's just something in that product that don't agree with me. My eyes would get extremely dry and not happy. And then I noticed flaking from that product throughout the days as well. So I sort of got away from that. And then I've been getting into the L'Oreal mascaras. And I had tried a Charlotte Tilbury mascara. And then I went and got her newest one, the Exaggerize, but I haven't opened it yet just because I try not to open too many of my mascaras all at once. They have a very short shelf life after opening because, I mean, these products are close to your eyes and you don't want to use overly contaminated products near your eyes. So... But, oh, this is looking really nice. It's giving length to my eyelashes for sure, and it's got a nice separation. So this is a very nice mascara for lengthening. Really like it. I bet it's going to work really well on the bottom lashes. I do like to do my bottom lashes as well. Just because now one thing I don't do is use, I don't put color on my waterline. And the reason being is where I haven't been well, I get really a dry eye syndrome. And so those things can really irritate my eyes. So as we get older, we're going to find that our body does really change. And that's okay. I mean, our bodies will change as we get older, and it's about going with the flow. It's something to celebrate for sure. We've been gifted the chance to grow older, and it's not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it's something to celebrate. So there we go. And I really do like that mascara. It's given me some length, a little bit of volume. I've had mascaras that gave me a bit more volume, but I like this as well. It looks good. The next thing I'm going to do are my lips. So I'm back and I put on my lip liner. It's just the Lip Cheat Pillow Talk again. And today I'm going to be applying the Patrick Ta Is She Better Than Me lip glow. This is so nice. It's a nice light coverage. It don't have a lot of, it has some. It has a bit of a minty flavor with sparkle in it, but that glitter, but you don't feel it. And I really hate the feeling of the texture of glitter. It is somewhat minty though, and some people don't like that. But I really love this product, and it lasts, nicely on the lips. It's a bit of a thicker formula, so anything really thick will last a bit longer, and anything really thin will wear off quite quickly. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it, especially in the sunlight. So when you're out in the car, look in the mirror with the natural sun coming down on this. You'll see all the sparklies. It's quite beautiful. And I do love a lot of Patrick Ta's makeup. Well, I have my face on and I'm ready for the day and I'm feeling good. So, well, I really had a lot of fun today achieving this look. It looks great and I feel good. So I'm ready to face the day. Everyone, please take care and please subscribe. Give it a thumbs up and leave a comment if you really enjoyed this video. Take care. Bye.